La Crosse city officials have unanimously approved spending $50,000 to hire a consulting firm to study the use of city-provided services by people from outside La Crosse. News 8's Kyle Dimke is live in our studio now to explain what the city hopes to gain from this study.
Well, Mike, the mayor of La Crosse says the city provides what he calls regional services, so people from other communities can use them but don't have to pay taxes on them because they live outside of the city limits. He believes those people should be helping pay for those services, but another local mayor says La Crosse is going to have a tough time selling that idea to others.
You don't have to be from La Crosse to ride a La Crosse MTU bus. But Mayor Tim Cabot says because non-La Crosse residents are using some city-provided services, they should be helping pay for them.
It's really more along the lines of being equitable with who uses services, and for people that use services, helping to contribute to the cost of providing those services. That's really what it boils down to. It's a fairness issue.
La Crosse plans to hire a consulting firm to study how many non-residents are using the MTU, La Crosse Center, and the library system. With that information, the firm will create a revenue-sharing program.
You know, presumably there is going to be some sort of a cost or a fee, and the library is always the good example. We know that, well over 20% of our library is used by folks from outside of the city that don't actually contribute to the cost.
In Onalaska, Mayor Joe Chilson says he understands what La Crosse is trying to do, but he says it will be a challenge for the city to ask individual municipalities for money. However, he could see it at a county level.
People drive into La Crosse and they spend a lot of money in La Crosse. That's kind of the payoff for them. If we're starting to pay that, they drive through our community to get to there. The payoff for us really isn't there. However, the county wins all the way around.
Cabot says the city's budget makes it difficult to provide services to those not paying for it, so something needs to be done to offset those costs. He hopes this study will be able to set that in motion.
I think it's a pretty simple thing. It gets down to this notion of equity and fairness.
The La Crosse mayor says revenue sharing agreements like this are not common in Wisconsin, but the firm that will be hired did help create one in Racine, Wisconsin. The mayor says the Twin Cities have had an agreement like this in place and successful for years.
Thanks a lot, Kyle. The $50,000 to pay the consulting firm will go in front of the council next week. The firm is expected to begin its study right away and have recommendations for the city in early spring.